Hey folks, it's Ray with Taste Radio. Right now I'm honored to be sitting down with Danielle Danais, who is the founder of Titin. Danielle, great to see you.
Thank you very much.
And Danielle is spelled Daniel, but I'm pronouncing it in the European way.
That's perfect.
It's
Daniel, whatever you want. It's
okay. I was going to say that because you're here in Providence, or we're here in Providence for the Naturally New England Naturally Rising Pitch Competition, but you're originally from Spain.
Correct.
Yeah.
I am from Madrid.
From Madrid, okay.
Yes.
Real or Atletico?
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. Well done. Well, we're here to talk about something else other than soccer. We're here to talk about olive oil, which is your family's business, and you have a consumer brand, Titin, which just launched on the market. Tell us a bit about the origins of your family's business in olive oil and the launch of Titin.
When I came to America to do an MBA at Babson College, and I went to the supermarket, it was very difficult to find good olive oil from a trusted source and at a fair price. And I started to do some market research about the product, the industry in this country. So I decided that after my MBA, I will start my own company in olive oil. And why Titin? Because Titin is the nickname of my great-grandmother, who started an olive oil business more than 100 years ago in the south of Spain, in a place that is called Jaén. Jaén produces 30% of the olive oil in the world. So after my great-grandmother, my grandmother also Titin, and my mother Titin, follow the business. And I think that it's a good name for a brand because it shows a story, a family story of olive oil.
I think it's a great story, and one that I think a lot of people would be interested in hearing more about. But what's most striking about your brand is the packaging. You are in a squeeze bottle, a large squeeze bottle at that, and they're becoming much more popular for the olive oil category. Talk about your decision to use a squeeze bottle and why that size.
Yeah, a lot of people told me, why you don't do a 500 milliliters size bottle? And the reality is like Spanish people consumes 1 liter per month of olive oil.
Wow.
So I decided to do a bigger size in order to give most to my customers. Why I squeeze bottle? Because it's very practical. You don't lose any drop of your olive oil in your breakfast, in your food. So I decided to do a squeeze bottle, 100% recycled plastic, and with a different color. It's a purple color. And why purple? Because the Picual olive, the Picual is the Spanish variety most famous, should be harvested when it's purple. And also it's a way to differentiate among 100 green bottles on the shelves in the supermarkets.
Yeah, it's very striking. I feel like if I saw this on shelf, it would definitely be a different look for the category than what we've typically been seeing in the category. But at the end of the day, olive oil is a commodity business. I would assume that most olive oil sold in this country, in the United States, that is, consumers don't really consider brand. That's changing. But how are you contributing to that change? How are you trying to get people to appreciate the brand Titin?
I think that I'm focused on the new generations like Gen Z and millennials, and a lot of marketing. For example, micro-influencers, normal influencers, newsletter, clavillo emails, everything digital in order to get those customers. When I go to a retail, to a specialty food store to close a deal with them, I have to explain all the story of my family, all the story of the brand, the packaging. But in the end, the product is the most important thing. And the product is really outstanding. The product speaks by itself. So when they try the product, they want the product. The price also is good because we control everything. The growth, the harvest, the factory, the bottling, the shipment until our warehouse in South Boston. So this allows us to have full traceability of the product at the best price and with the best quality.
What is the price point for a bottle?
We have 2 SKU. The normal harvest is from November to February, but we choose always the sooner November because it's the healthier, has the most properties like polyphenols, and it's for cooking and dressing. That costs 25.3 fluid ounces, $20. And the other, the early harvest, the same size, is $30. Early harvest is from September or October. It depends on the quality. It's olive oil dressing. It will be a sin if you cook with that olive oil.
I mean, I don't want to mention the brand name, but I think the one olive oil brand that has really made waves over the last 2-3 years. Graza, we'll just call it what it is. They've done really well to make it clear that you don't necessarily need to buy your father's quote-unquote olive oil. You don't necessarily need to buy an olive oil that doesn't really speak to you. You can own a brand. You can appreciate a brand and make it part of your pantry. That said, I think when you're talking to Gen Z and millennial consumers, how much does price point impact their decision making when it comes to buying products like yours, which it is a fair price for sure. It's $20 and $30 for what you're selling, but it's still a little bit more on the high end, perhaps, for consumers. You don't think so?
I think that my olive oil is the best value olive oil for the quality that I give in all the country, literally. And it's true that Graza made a fantastic marketing job with the squeezable bottle. They changed the olive oil sector around the world. It's the brand which has the most growth in the world regarding olive oil. But also it's true that in America, in order to give you some numbers, okay, the market share right now in the olive oil industry is $5 billion in America, in the States, in the United States. In 4 years, it's going to double to 9 billion, almost double. And only 50% of the household population consumes olive oil in America. So there is another 50% that they are going to consume olive oil. And not only that, the ratio for consuming is 1 gallon per family per year. In Spain, we consume 1 liter. Sorry, I changed gallon liters because I am from Spain. But
no, I think you did that quite well, actually.
1 liter per month,
yeah,
per person. So there is plenty of market for more brands of olive oil. And my main difference between Graza and Titin is like we control everything.
Yep.
We have a full traceability code. We have a PGA protection. That's the main difference.
Are you going to lead with that type of marketing? I know we talked briefly about marketing, but what are you leading with? Is it taste? Is it traceability? Is it packaging? I mean, how are you trying to get people to try Titin?
Well, right now I just launched 10 days ago.
Okay.
I closed.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much. After 11 months of hard work, it's here.
Yep.
I close in the top stores in Boston, and I have a distributor who trusts in the project from Vermont. They're going to start next week to distribute in New England. How are you going to differentiate? What's the question?
Well, it's about the marketing, right? So, what are you leading with when it comes to the marketing? Is it the traceability? Is it the family story?
Okay.
Is it the taste? Is it the packaging?
When I pitch to people, I say that it's single origin, single variety, and full traceability. It's very important. My goal is that everyone should know where their olive oil comes from, because the market is tricky. There are a lot of blend, not from different varieties only. That, to be honest, it doesn't matter if you mix varieties, because, for example, a good wine could be from different varieties, okay? But when you change different varieties from different countries, different countries has different regulations, different standards, soils, different minerals, different water. It's completely different. And the most important thing is blended by harvest, like from which harvest? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. The fresher, the better, always, okay? So my goal is, hey, this is Titin. It's a trust olive oil that you can trust in the brand, and is the fresh one.
I like that. The fresher, the better.
Yes.
And I think that's something that has never been marketed in olive oil. Typically, I think people think, oh, what's olive oil? It was pressed one day, and whether that was 3 years ago or 1 year ago, it's the same. I think most people consider that. I've never heard a brand marketed that way.
Even in Spain, that we are the first producer of olive oil in the world. We produce 52%, around 52% of the olive oil in the world. My Spanish friends don't know anything about olive oil. I have to explain them, like, hey, this is single origin. What means single origin? What means single variety? What means fresh olive oil? What is the process? So, yes, it's a job that you need to educate the consumers, but I think that right now, people are more concerned about their oil that they use for cook. And they are realizing that the extra virgin olive oil is the best olive oil in the world right now. It's the core of the Mediterranean diet.
How are you navigating, how do I put this? changes in the way that you can import.
That's an excellent question.
Yeah.
So, well, right now, my first container, I paid the 10% tariffs. I have to say that the distribution and the retailers are very kind with the new brands and with the current brands, because we share the cost. You know, we are not putting the cost to the customers. At least right now, because it's 10%. Because who knows? Maybe tomorrow is 20. No, so. Right now, I am assuming half of the cost, and my distributors, my retailers, assume the other half.
Is that a negotiation, or is that just something that they're willing to take when they take your product on?
Well, you need to have a relation with them. You need to talk. You need to explain the situation, and they are open. They are open-minded. They understand, and it's not only olive oil. It's a lot of food from Europe. You know, so other thing will be if tariffs are in Spain, and in Spain, I don't know, to give you an example, okay? Suppose that we have 20% tariffs of olive oil in Spain and 5% tariffs in Italy. That will be a disaster for the olive oil industry in Spain, you know, because you play with different cards.
Yeah. You have a business in Spain, you have a business in the United States. How are you balancing both?
Well, that's a very good question also. I think that Spain is not the place to have an olive oil brand, because there are thousands or millions of good brands, and the olive oil there is amazing. The place to make business in olive oil is America, is the United States right now, in my opinion. So, yes, we sell in Spain, but we are focused 100% in the United States.
We're coming full circle. America, the land of opportunity.
Yes, I'm making the... I'm trying to make the American dream.
I think you're on your way, Daniel. This has been a great conversation. I've really appreciated everything I've learned about Titin, and I think you're on your way. I'm really excited for your brand. Let's definitely stay in touch.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for hosting me.
Absolutely. Thank you.